seeing in Alaska are pretty incredible, really. Not only is it due to have its highest ever temperature on record, but that record could be broken again in the coming days. So that's really serious, not only hitting it once, but potentially a second and a third time. And this has been mirrored as well by extreme temperatures across other parts of the Northern Hemisphere. We had this last summer, and it was reflected on as a period of real climate change taking hold. And it's quite worrying that we're seeing this on both sides of the Atlantic for a second summer in succession.
So this is perhaps another sign of global warming?
It's difficult to suggest that all of it is down to global warming. There are many factors at play when it comes to weather. But as the Earth warms, so the temperature of the seas and oceans rises as well, and that's associated with extreme heat that we're seeing. And around Alaska at the moment, the seawater is a particularly high temperature, which is a part of the reason why there's this very high temperature in the air around the coast as well.
Well, these extreme temperatures come after a record dry month, June, for Alaska. So will that pose particular problems for a state which is normally, used to dealing with extreme cold?
Yeah, there's a couple of issues really. I think one of them is there's always a risk of fire when you have these high temperatures. But also Alaska, as you pointed out, is a region that's more used to cold weather. So having housing that's designed to hold heat is very problematic when we have these extreme temperatures. And that's something that we've seen in Northern Europe as well. We struggle with that here in the United Kingdom, but it's something that's happening to Alaska. It's probably even more alarming due to its geographic location and where it sits in the world and how we expect temperatures to be in a place such as that.
Coming up now in just a moment. 6.4, originally 6.6, that's not unusual to drop, but only 5 miles in depth. Typically around the world, a lot of times these will be 100, 200 miles deep. The shallower they are, the more shaking stays at the surface. Of course, a lot of it has to do with the soil content and the makeup of that. Let me move on, because that was at 10:33 local time in the morning. They've had significant aftershocks, and I'll show you in just a moment some of the maps. It's much more than we expected. Dr. Lucy Jones is saying this is not along the San Andreas Fault. This is an area of much smaller faults. And since back in the 80s, there used to be a number of smaller quakes in this area that were 5.0 magnitude or higher. However, this is right now, we believe, the strongest magnitude 6 quake in Southern California since 1999, when they had a little bit larger one. Now, when you have quakes of this size, 6.4 or higher, even 6 to 6.9. There's 134 of them that happen around the world annually. But this is going to blow your mind, because this is what could still happen. When you have a 6.4 magnitude quake, how many aftershocks can you have, and what is typical? It's typical to have at least one that is a 5.4 or higher. We've had a 4.7. That would fall into this category. How many at 4.4 or higher? We could have 10 of those after this event. How many at 3.4 or higher? 100. Let me take you now, show you this map here, but this is going to blow your mind as well. It's hard to see, so we're going to zoom in on this. If we can take this full, any little yellow dot you see here is a tremor in the last week. Now they're all over. We're going to zoom in here for you to see it a little bit better. Anything in orange is the last 24 hours, and then anything in red is today. Let's get in tighter. You can see the mountainous area. There's Bakersfield. We're going to move out. Ridgecrest is this little area down there, but that's 30,000. So this is our main quake at 6.4. It's a larger dot of red. Now I'm counting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 aftershocks. Well, one could have been the 4 shock, obviously, the 4.7. But again, this is just beginning, and this could go on for hours, days, even possibly weeks. Let's just hope that the energy is being released now, so this is not the 4 shock and there's a stronger one that follows. But there could be some shaking going on, not just today, but for the rest of the week into next week.
All those aftershocks. I'm Tom Sater. Thank you.
Go! right here on the ground. So obviously, a lot of screaming. Those are very, very intense moments that just unfolded. As we can see by the situation that has been cleared here, a very intense one. Again, this is a group called RevCom that carried out this flag burning. There was a number of people that were shoved away, that were physically attacking them when they were trying to burn the flag. Secret Service pushed a lot of those individuals away. It's unclear if those individuals who attacked RevCom for trying to burn the flag, if they face any legal repercussions or not. But a huge fireball erupted. There was a second fireball that the Secret Service tried to wipe out. Again, guys, looks like more of the pro-Trump people are coming closer to RevCom. We're going to continue to be live here, of course. They're screaming a world without America.
I'm a law-abiding citizen who's never shot anybody, never committed a serious crime, never committed a felony. You're starting to see like green.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, take a moment and just listen. Take a moment and just listen and look. It's still happening as we speak. On edge following the strongest earthquake to hit the region in 20 years. Just moments ago, authorities announcing there have been more than 1,400 aftershocks in the last 24 hours. The most powerful, a magnitude 5.4, rattling homes and stores, items flying off shelves. That quake, a 6.4, causing injuries, fires, and extensive damage. Seismologists warning an even bigger quake could hit within the next few days. ABC's Marcus Moore near the epicenter in Ridgecrest Ridgecrest starting us off.
Tonight, after that powerful 6.4 quake shook homes and businesses, aftershocks are rattling buildings and nerves.
There's been about 1,400 aftershocks, 17 magnitude 4 aftershocks, including one 5.4.
The biggest one so far hitting near the epicenter. Our Eva Pilgrim reporting live.
Get out.
And this is the road between Ridgecrest and Trona. When the ground started to shake, it buckled this highway and tore the pavement, leaving cracks like this one more than a foot deep. Ridgecrest now under a state of emergency. Pictures flying off the walls of this business. Watch this restaurant employee taking cover inside a doorway. Crates and bottles flying from store shelves. Shattered glass strewn across the floor. Workers sprinting to safety. 65 children performing a July 4th play when the ground started shaking. 3 of Yari Mauer's 5 kids were on that stage.
I'm all the way in the back of the room, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, how am I going to get to my kid?
My immediate thought was my little sister, because she's 6. So I jumped over one aisle of chairs, and I ran up to the stage and got her.
You're still kind of on edge?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not comfortable inside my house.
These homes not from their foundations. Sarah Barrett running to help her neighbors.
I ran through the glass barefoot outside here to get over to their house as quick as I could to make sure they were okay. We pulled the owner out and her, I believe it was her granddaughter, out of the trailer.
And after gas leak sparked fires Thursday, authorities now telling homeowners to call their provider if they smell gas.
So many people on edge there tonight, and Marcus joins us live from Ridgecrest, California. So, Marcus, we mentioned those 1,400 aftershocks so far. Officials